Hello, and welcome to 2021's Steppin Up to End Violence virtual event. My name is Brad Cossingham. I am the president of National Field Representatives. NFR is proud to be this year's honorary chair for the event. Through the years, NFR has leaned heavily on the Turning Points network when an employee is experiencing a personal crisis. We are incredibly grateful for the prompt resources they bring to our employees in need, as well as the community at large. We are honored to raise both awareness and funds for the victims and survivors of domestic violence, sexual abuse, and stalking. Now, let's all do our part by stepping up to end violence.
Hi, everybody. My name is Zach Haynes. I'm a Turning Points board member and a lifelong resident of Claremont, and I'm also a member of the Claremont Savings Bank Steppin Up team. I am participating in Steppin Up's virtual event this year to raise awareness in our community on domestic and sexual violence prevention and education services offered by Turning Points Network, as well as to raise money to support these services that Turning Points offers. Turning Points adds tremendous value to our community through their crisis prevention and education services, as well as their work with survivors of domestic and sexual violence and stalking. In a moment, you'll see testimonials from 3 courageous survivors that Turning Points has helped. This is a great example of all of the hard work that Turning Points does for the community. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lori, and back in the late 80s to early 90s, when I lived in Claremont, New Hampshire, I was in a very abusive relationship with my ex-husband. It got to the point where I feared for my life, and I knew it wasn't a situation that I wanted my then 3 small children to be in. I knew of Women's Supporter Services, which is now Turning Point, and I turned to them for help. I actually stayed in their shelter for a little while until I could find a safer housing situation for myself and the kids. It was a desperate and very rough time in my life. I had also been a survivor of sexual abuse by my stepfather about 8 years before this. I didn't feel worthy of anything more, or that I could actually have a better life outside of the world of abuse that I had lived in. But here I was, a woman in her mid-20s, with an infant, a 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old. I had to do something. I worked full-time at Kmart, but I knew that this wasn't going to support the 4 of us. So I got up the nerve to apply for some scholarships, take out a student loan, and go back to college for my nursing degree, which was something I'd always wanted to do since I was a young girl. Once I got back on my feet, I became a volunteer at Women's Supporter Services, or now Turning Point, and to this day I still volunteer at a local domestic violence agency where I am now. So now today the kids are all grown with families of their own, and I'm living in gorgeous Northern California. I do love it out here. I have my master's degree in nursing, and I'm currently pursuing my PhD, and I'm working my dream job as a registered nurse consultant. I have a beautiful 3-bedroom home out here with a huge backyard, a decent car, and overall life is good. So my message really is that even when things do seem horrible and you're at the darkest point of your life, there is a way out. There is help. It's not easy. In fact, it can be incredibly hard at times. But if you're determined, you can do it. If I can, anyone can. So I wish you all the best, and take heart. The bad times certainly don't last forever. There is light and there is hope. Thank you.
Mi nombre es Nicole, mi hija es Alondra. Me siento agradecida por recibir esta ayuda y apoyo por parte del personal de la fundación. Anteriormente sufrí violencia doméstica, pero ellos me ayudaron, y con casa, con comida, excelente estar ahí en la casa y seguir viviendo en el estado me siento muy contenta, muy apoyada por la personal y la fundación que me han ayudado. Igual mi hija muy contenta, estamos muy cómodas, una casa muy limpia, muy grande, muy cómoda. Dormimos bien, comemos bien y ha sido muy bonito después de una situación, ha sido muy bonito para mi hija y para mí.
Hi, I'm Kay. In October 2019, when I came in Turning Points, I was blank, and the disasters the time when they started helping me, I felt comfortable because they treat me as a family and checking me if I'm okay. Turning Points is a big help for my life because they help me for a legal assistance and other things, especially for renting my apartment. I'm living alone in peace, success, and doing great. Having extra income, work full time, and sometimes weekend as a respite provider. Thank you so much for the Turning Points for the big help.
Hello, my name is Deb Mosden, and I'm the Executive Director of Turning Points Network. I too want to thank each of you for joining us today. I also want to give a very special shout out to the 3 survivors who just shared a part of their lives with all of us. Thank you. You are each extraordinary. And to all of you watching, I want you to know how important you are to our organization and to our work. Did you know that your contribution to Steppin Up and to Turning Points Network, combined with all of the donations that we will receive, will keep our services free of charge to the more than 1,000 people who will reach out for services over the year? Your donations will also help us teach more than 2,000 youth about healthy relationships and about how to be effective bystanders for their peers. And that makes each of you very special. In addition to raising funds, this event is about raising awareness. We hope that you will take the information that you learn about our programs and services today and share it with anyone you think might need our help. We are easy to reach. Our services are free of charge. There are no applications to fill out. We are available always, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We are experts in our field. Our work with survivors is confidential, and we are always available and ready to help. During the half hour that we're together today, it is estimated that 720 people will become victims of stalking, physical abuse, or rape by an intimate partner in the United States. Add to that the number of children who will be abused and the number of people who will be sexually abused by someone other than an intimate partner, and we can see and realize the scale and scope of domestic and sexual violence. So we have much to do yet to end and prevent this violence, but we and you are doing some of that work today. In the words of Margaret Mead, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. So thank you for being a part of this group, a part of this work, and for helping us to build a safer community. We are deeply grateful to each of you. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Amanda and I'm the Programs Director at TPN. It's not too late to support us, and your support means so much. The services we offer are critical to survivors in Sullivan County, and I'd like to take a minute to highlight a couple of these services, one being our emergency shelter program. We currently have 5 families in shelter, and as you can imagine, it has been particularly difficult this year with COVID. These families are working on connecting with community supports, finding permanent housing, enrolling their children into daycare and after-school programs, and working on their next steps towards a life free of abuse. And the second program is our well-established Financial Independence Program. You just heard from 3 survivors who mustered their courage and determination to follow their dreams. The Financial Independence Program helps survivors go back to school, get into the work field, or a training program. It helps survivors find a way to provide for themselves and their children and to afford safe, permanent housing. Funds from Steppin Up to End Violence supports both these programs. You can visit our website at www.turningpointsnetwork.org and follow the link to the Steppin Up page. Don't forget to send in your contest entries as well. Please enjoy these videos and pictures of how people participated in this year's event.
Welcome. Hi, I'm Kathy Lowe. Welcome to the Drum Circle. Today we have Andy and Dorothy Jeffrey, Kelly Rochford, and Nina Cosane, and we're all in circle. And when we're in circle, we're all equal. We witness each other's pain, each other's joy, without judgment. And we share whatever's happening in the moment. And when there's rhythm and song, who could go wrong? Come and join us.
Hi, I'm Pat Whitney from Sunapee. I volunteer for and support Turning Points Network because the agency and its staff are deeply committed to making our communities safer and more inclusive. In our second COVID spring, the challenges for survivors have intensified. People have lost their livelihoods, abusers are home 24/7, and calls to TPN for help are up 13%. And there is no vaccine for domestic and sexual violence. It will take all of us working together to educate, advocate, and to generate the resources to end personal violence. We can do this. Please join me in supporting TPN and Steppin Up with a gift now or anytime this year. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brenda Reed, and I'm on the board for Turning Points Network. Before we get started thanking our 2021 sponsors and teams, I'd like to share with you something I wrote recently, which to me speaks to the resilience of our survivors. It's called A Survivor's Strength. Strength is shown on so many days, in times of fear and times of rage, dreams of courage, of hope and change, praying somehow to end this pain. Strength is there when the needs arise, facing the demons before your eyes, lifting your spirits as your fears take flight, dreaming of courage and strength in the night. Strength will guide your breaking free of the fear and rage building you see. For others are there, lending their hands, giving support while you work out your plans. Strength is there from deep in your soul. A survivor can lean on this strength as they grow. Taking the first step is hardest to do, but with courage and strength, you too will come through. The amazing and dedicated staff at Turning Points Network could not provide the services they do on a no-cost basis to our survivors without the generosity of our sponsors, individuals, volunteers, teams, etc. Time and time again, everyone shows their support for the agency's mission. We are so thankful for everything that you do. Now, I hope you will enjoy the following recognition of our 2021 sponsors and teams. along with music written by Kathy Lowe from New London. Please enjoy, and thank you so much.
Gather we people, gather we sing, gather we children of the garden. Gather we people, gather we sing, gather we children of the garden. We gather in laughter and we gather in joy. We gather in sweet celebration. We gather in thunder and we gather in song. We gather to share in the harvest. We gather with family and we gather with friends. And we gather, whoa, yes, we will gather. Children of the garden, gather we people, gather we sing, gather we children of the garden, gather we children of the garden, gather we children of the garden.
Hi everyone, my name is Mariah Davis and I'm the Community Impact Specialist at Mascoma Bank. And Mascoma is proud to be sponsoring the Steppin Up event. We have 28 branch locations throughout New Hampshire and Vermont, and we are a mutual savings bank, so we don't answer to stockholders, but instead respond to the needs of our communities where we live, work, and play. As a certified B Corporation, we strive to be a force for positive change. The work of Turning Points Network is hard, but it plays such an important role in someone's life when they're needing assistance the most. We're happy to have them as a valuable resource to our communities. Mascoma Bank is proud to support Turning Points Network and sponsor the Steppin Up event. Together, we can work to bring positive change to our communities. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joseph Blair, Human Resource Manager for Sternberger here in Newport. We are honored to be a safety sponsor of the 15th Steppin Up to End Violence event. This is the signature event fundraiser for Turning Points Network. TPN serves all of Sullivan County as the crisis center for survivors of domestic and sexual violence. The money raised by this event keeps TPN services free for all who need them. We are proud to be a partner with and support of the Turning Points Network and Steppin Up in their commitment to a safer and more inclusive community. Thank you very much.
I'm Phil Chambers, Director of Sales for Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare here in New Hampshire. It is a true honor to be able to support and recognize an organization that provides essential services and support to those in need. And that is why I would like to take the time today to simply say, thank you. Thank you to everyone who's doing their part to make our community and our state a better place to live. While the past year has been challenging on everyone, it is organizations like Turning Points Network who don't ever shy away from a challenge and will continue to serve their mission, serving others. So again, thank you. Thank you for your time, for your sacrifice, for your perseverance and resilience. It does not go unnoticed nor underappreciated. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Carrie Rochford-Haig, and I'm a community educator at Turning Points Network. In addition to our crisis and support services, TPN has a strong commitment to violence prevention education. We are fortunate to work with many schools throughout Sullivan County with students preschool through college. We focus on foundational skills of empathy, recognizing emotions, and boundaries for all students. And as they get older, we talk about that line between respect and disrespect, covering such topics as healthy relationships, consent, and how to be a positive bystander, as well as warning signs of abuse, bullying, sexual harassment, and sexual abuse. Students want to talk about these subjects, and TPN wants to be there to offer trauma-informed, cutting-edge, developmentally appropriate ways to help students have these conversations. Our goal is to help build healthy relationships through our prevention education, one student, one school, one community at a time. It does take a village to nurture respect and empathy in our children. TPN is honored to be a part of that village and grateful for our local school partners who do this work alongside us. You'll soon hear from a school counselor about how TPN works with their school and partners with them in our prevention education. We are so grateful for the educators and administrators who make healthy relationships education and abuse prevention part of their curriculum and school climate. You'll also hear from some of our amazing team leaders. It is because of all of you who support Steppin Up that TPN can continue to prevent violence, promote respect, and strengthen lives. We want to thank the dedicated team leaders who each year step up, even during a pandemic, to make sure prevention education and crisis services are always available. We couldn't do it without your support. Thank you. You inspire us.
Hi, my name is Sarah Wilmot, and I am the school counselor at the Plainfield School in Meriden, New Hampshire. We are a K-8 school, and I am so thankful for Turning Points Network. We have been working with Turning Points for the last 4 years to deliver the sexual abuse prevention programs, We Care, Care for Kids, and Safety. And it has been so valuable to us to partner with Turning Points, especially Carrie. Carrie has been coming in when we were fully in person and teaching several classes with me, and her insight and knowledge about the topics have been so helpful. And as I teach such a broad range of topics, it was really nice for her to be able to come in and co-teach and really focus on these topics and help kids understand the meaning of all of the different lessons in the curriculum. This program definitely meets a need that we don't otherwise have. If we were not using the We Care, Care for Kids, and safety programs, I would probably, as the school counselor, need to develop a program or think about other curriculum to use. So it definitely follows the ASCA, or American School Counselor Association standards, by providing this sort of safety lesson to our children. And we provide it to all kids K-8. And we did this year while in person and remote. The kids seem to be responding really well to the program. And it's, I think parents are appreciative of us being able to offer this program in the schools. So we are so thankful for Turning Points. We are so thankful for the collaboration that we've had with them, and we look forward to more collaboration in the future.
Hi, my name is Liza Draper, and I want to tell you why I support Turning Points Network. I think that their services are critical to the health and well-being of my community. I believe everyone is entitled to a safe home and relationship. What Turning Points Network does is help those who don't have those things. So their direct services include a 24/7, 365-day-a-year hotline that you can call if you're in trouble. They provide advocacy services for those who need to secure restraining orders and flee. They provide shelter to those who need to take themselves, their children, and even their pets to someplace safe. And they provide education services, teaching our children about bullying, about consent, about avoiding sexual predation. They help our teachers recognize signs of abuse, and they help us all be better community members by being sure we talk about the issues that matter. So this month of May, I'll be involved in Stepping Up. Usually it's an in-person event that starts at the middle school, and we walk around downtown Claremont to bring attention to the issue of abuse and domestic violence. This year, because of the pandemic, we will be walking virtually, which means everybody can do this anywhere, anytime, between now and May 15th. Please join me. The pandemic has cut into social service agencies' funding, and they need our help more than ever. In fact, they need our help just as much as we need theirs. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brenda Cooper. I've been team captain for Lake Sunapee VNA. DNA Against Violence, Peace in the House since 2010. It has been a pleasure and an honor for me to have that role, a very small role in this massive event hosted by this vital organization. I'm a survivor. I've had experience with sexual molestation, with extreme bullying, to the likes that probably wouldn't be tolerated as easily today as they were back in the mid-70s when I was going through it. There weren't organizations around then like TPN. So what a godsend this organization is. My heart is for this organization, it's for this event. This year's event is going to look a little bit different, but the point I want to make is even if the dollars don't come in the way I'm accustomed to, we're still a power of 10 team. TPN is still a power of 10 and beyond organization. This is such an indication of the strength of the organization. And when you have the strength of an organization visible like that in the public, that is going to help people who need the services go ahead and maybe engage when they normally wouldn't have, because they hear about this strong organization that maybe this is my chance, maybe this is my light, maybe now's my time to be free. Whether we're walking virtually, whether we're walking all together with hundreds of us down the street in Claremont, the strength is felt, seen, appreciated, and taken advantage of by those who need it. TPN is still there, still strong, still saving lives. And I thank you for the opportunity to have any kind of small role in that. And God bless TPN.
Thank you all for participating in this year's Steppin Up to End Violence virtual event. The funds received from sponsors and participants goes a long way in assisting the Turning Points Network mission to support our community. Thank you to the Turning Points Network for your tireless and thankless efforts supporting the victims and survivors. Hopefully next year's event can be back in person. Until then, please continue to do your part to end violence. Thank you. Take care.